Hello everyone, this is Andrew from Crown Academy of English. Today we are doing a vocabulary lesson all about the word fail. So this is the word and it's spelled F-A-I-L and we pronounce it fail. Fail. So in this lesson you will learn 5 uses of fail as a verb and one very useful expression with the word fail. Okay, so let's start. Let's quickly look at the form of the verb fail. So it's regular, it's a regular verb. So the present simple is I fail, you fail, he, she or it fails, we fail, you fail, and they fail. And the past simple is failed, ed at the end. And it's the same with the past participle, failed. Okay, so now let's look at the meaning. So this is the most common meaning, and I'm sure you already know this one. So it means to not pass a test or an exam. Okay, so you do not pass the test. So here is an example. There is an English exam. So the English exam has 100 questions. And the pass mark of the exam is 50. So the pass mark means you must get a minimum number of 50 correct answers in order to pass. Okay, so it's half. But unfortunately, Claire only got 49 correct answers. So 49 correct answers. Therefore, she failed the English exam. Okay, she failed the English exam. She did not pass the English exam. Okay, so that's an easy one. Let's look at meaning number 2. So meaning number 2 is to not succeed in something that you are trying to do. And it usually takes this form. So we usually have the form fail followed by the infinitive form of another verb. Okay? So, example. I failed to find a job in London. Okay, I failed to find a job in London. So this means that I did not succeed in finding a job in London. So I tried to find a job in London, but I did not succeed. I did not find a job in London. So we use this form. I failed to find a job in London. So here is the infinitive form, to find. Another example. Jane failed to sell her house. Failed to sell her house. So this means that Jane did not succeed in selling her house. She tried to sell her house, but it didn't work. She did not succeed. Okay, so she failed to sell her house. Meaning number 3. To not do something that you are supposed to do. Okay, so to not do something that you should do. Okay, people are expecting you to do something, but you do not do it. So that is the meaning. And again, usually takes this form. Not always, but usually it takes the form fail plus the infinitive. So here is an example. These 2 young ladies are having a conversation. And Jane says, I'm angry with Mark. And Claire asks why. And Jane replies, well, He failed to call me yesterday. He failed to call me yesterday. So this means that Mark was supposed to call Jane yesterday. Mark was supposed to call Jane yesterday, but he didn't call her yesterday. Okay. We can also say Mark should have called Jane yesterday, but he didn't. So when we use the word fail, we can say Mark failed to call Jane yesterday. And when Jane says it, she says, he failed to call me yesterday. So we have the verb fail followed by the infinitive. So someone does not do something that they are supposed to do. Okay, perhaps they are promised to do something and then they don't do it. Here's another very common example. David often fails to arrive on time. Okay, David often fails to arrive on time. So this means that David is often late. He's often late. Okay, he's supposed to arrive on time for work. He should arrive on time at work, but unfortunately, he doesn't. He often fails to arrive on time. He's often late. He's often rushing around. Okay? So here we're describing a habit, something that happens regularly. So that is why we use the present simple tense here. Okay? Present simple. Okay? Number 4. And we can use fail to describe when a company does not succeed. So if a company is not successful, we use the word fail. So the company failed because of the recession. So recession is an economic crisis. Okay, so when the economy is doing badly, that is a recession. So the company failed because of the recession. So the company did not succeed. Okay, it didn't make any profits and maybe it went bankrupt. Okay, it failed. The company failed. David opened a coffee shop in 2015. Unfortunately, it failed. So unfortunately, it didn't work. It did not succeed. Okay. David had to close the shop. Okay. And meaning number 5, to stop working. So this describes something mechanical, for example, or yes, it's often something mechanical or physical that suddenly stops working. So the heating in the flat has failed. The heating in the flat has failed. So the heating in the flat has stopped working. It is no longer working. So John is now very cold. Okay, he's cold because the heating in the flat has failed, has stopped working. So here is a car crash, car accident. A car has hit a tree. So the car crashed into the tree. What was the cause of the accident? The brakes failed. So the brakes on the car failed. So the brakes on a car, the brakes are what help the car to stop. Okay, so if the brakes fail, then it is very dangerous. So in this accident, the brakes failed and the car crashed into the tree because the car could not stop. Okay. And finally, let's finish with a very useful expression with the word fail. And the expression is without fail. Without fail. So in the expression, in fact, fail is being used as a noun without fail. And we use it to describe it when we always do something, to always do something, or to do something without exception. Okay, so no conditions, we always do something. Okay, regardless, no matter what happens, we always do something. Nothing will stop us from doing something. And here is a common example. I get up every day at 6:45 a.m. without fail. Without fail. So I always get up every day at 6:45 a.m. without exception, without fail. So even if I'm ill, even if it's cold, even if it's the weekend, I get up every day at 6:45 a.m. Okay, without fail. So we're describing something that happens regularly, and yes, without exception. Another example, David walks his dog every day without fail. Okay, so without exception. He always does it, always. Okay, even if it's cold outside, even if David is ill, even if it's Sunday, okay, he does it every day without fail. So, exercise. Answer this question. What do you do every day without fail? Okay, so choose one task, one thing that you do every day without fail. And write your answer using without fail in the sentence. Okay, so make sure that you include the expression without fail in the expression. And remember, you must use the present simple to do this because you're describing a regular habit. Okay, so write your answer in the comments below this video. Okay, and please share this video. If this video helped and you liked it, then please share the video on your social media, so on Facebook and Twitter. That will help me a lot. Okay, thank you very much. So there we are, that's the end of the lesson. Hope you enjoyed it. If you're preparing for the IELTS exam, then click here for information about our IELTS online course.